Hi and welcome to another tutorial. In today's lesson we'll learn how to recreate this cool looking AI zoom effect using Adobe Premiere and Higgsfield AI. So anyways guys, let's jump in. So the first thing that we need here is we need a clip. So I've just got this clip of me walking over here and it's only a few seconds in length and all I need is the first frame. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that the timeline is all the way to the start and then I'm going to click this icon over here, export frame. So now I can export this frame. I'm just going to call it frame 1. All right, I'm going to save it as a JPEG and I'm going to put it on my desktop. I'm just going to press OK. Now once we have that, then we can take it into this website, Higgsfield.ai. So it's a pretty cool website and you can sign up for free and they give you some free credits to use. And once you have done that, then what you want to do is you want to search for the Earth zoom out effect. Once you have done that, then you will get given this screen over here. So you can see that this is what the AI has generated, all right? And it looks pretty cool as is. So it's taken that first frame and then it's kind of made it zoom out, and so that's exactly what the effect is going to be. So all you need to do is put your frame in there. You need to write a prompt, and so what I did for the prompt is I just took my frame and I went to ChatGPT and I said, can you write me a prompt of what's happening here? And then I was able to put that in there, and then I was on the Higgsfield Light model and then I pressed generate and that's what it gave me. Once you're done with that, then you can press this button over here to download it and we'll take it back into Premiere Pro. So here we are back in Premiere Pro and I'm just gonna have some space ready for that clip and I'm just gonna import it over here. So now that I have my clip imported, I can now drag it to my timeline. So here we have the clip that we just exported and you can see what happens over there. And so now it's going in reverse. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to right click and then go to speed and duration and then just reverse the clip just like that. So now we've got the clip, coming in and then it goes to the person walking and there we go. But there are a few issues. This clip had baked in cinematic bars. And so what we need to do is we need to create an adjustment layer. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put that adjustment layer on top of everything. So I'm just going to make sure that I go to my effects and then if I search for the transform effect, now I can put that onto the adjustment layer. So now once I have the transform effect, now I can go to my effect controls. And if I go from the top 12% and the bottom 12%, now I will get those baked in cinematic bars. And you can see that now it fits the entire duration of that clip. So now the only thing I think with this clip is that when it starts to get closer to the end, it kind of slows down a bit. So what we can do is we can add some speed ramping in there. So if we click that FX icon, right click, go time remapping speed. Let's just make this section a little bit bigger. Press the pen tool to draw out a line over here and then we'll just increase this section over there, and then I'm just going to grab the select tool and then just drag this up a little bit taller like that, and then we can move on this handle to create a nice speed ramp just like that. So now if we put that all together, so now it will be going in and then it kind of keeps the same speed, I guess, as we're going, and you can play around with that. But anyways, the other things that I did on here is I kind of put like a retro kind of grade on there, and there's a few ways that you can do that. The first effect that we can put in here is some noise. So if I just go and if I add maybe like 10% noise, you can kind of see that it now creates this kind of grainy kind of look, which looks pretty good. And then the other thing that we can add in here is a bit of Lumetri color. So if we add some Lumetri color on that, now my thing was already color graded, but we're just going to add another bit of like a color grade on top of that. If we put it to say Gold Rush HDR and maybe lower it to about 70%, now we've got that cool kind of retro-y kind of vibe with that, and I think that looks pretty cool. So anyways, guys, that's it for this short tutorial on how to create an AI zoom effect using Higgsfield. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.